I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about, is it too far gone? So the reason that I decided to do this video for you guys today is because oftentimes we are in a complete state of panic after a breakup, and we scrutinize all of the little mistakes that we made, sometimes big mistakes, and we just sit there and beat ourselves up. And I know that once you guys start to think a little bit more clearly, you start to really review all of the things that you did that you knew upset your partner, or maybe how you didn't handle the breakup well, the begging, the pleading, the grand gestures, and a lot of times you're like, is it too far gone? Is there any chance of reconciliation? Is this gone, or are they gone for good? And it's terrifying. It really is terrifying, and you just feel like you're dying inside, and you feel like it's all your fault. Well, it's not all your fault. You have to remember that both you and your partner created your relationship. And remember, I always say that the breakup is a symptom that the relationship had problems. Now, it could be that your partner had problems and doesn't know how to deal with things, or you do, combination of the both. You know, it's usually both of you guys did it together, and there are so many things that we do unconsciously that we're not even aware of, and so it's really amazing, and it's hard to really know everything, even no matter how long you look at it, because there are so many things that happen from your partner unconsciously and you unconsciously, and kind of acting out the roles in your childhood with your caregivers, those patterns you don't even know about. And so there's a lot of different aspects that you have to look at during these breakups, and I oftentimes try and look at those little things, those little patterns that are going on in the unconscious, and stuff from your childhood that's going on, that's causing you to continue those cycles and continue the negative, a lot of times negative cycles in your relationships. So oftentimes you're sitting there terrified, is this too far gone? And I gotta be honest with you guys, there have been situations where I'm just like, this seems hopeless. And things get turned around, believe it or not, and not everybody will that happen for. And I'm not trying to give anybody false hope out there, because some of you guys may never get another chance with your ex. Or you might get a tiny chance. There's no way to know it. There's no way to predict it. There are little things that I look for, but obviously when I'm just doing a general video, I can't give you any false hope. I want to be realistic and honest with you guys. But I can tell you from firsthand experience that literally everybody that I knew said I would never get my ex back. And I did. And twice. Now, there are reasons that we broke up and got back together, and then broke up and then back together. But I can tell you that I literally was told by everybody I know, it's never going to happen. And it really felt like it was never going to happen for a long time. And so I see situations that are similar out there where I'm just like, this is rough. And I'm always honest with you guys. When we're doing Skypes together, I tell you like it is. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you, because I want you to have the best chance to either move on, or to learn, or to figure out your best opportunities to turn this thing around, or at least turn yourself around, because at the end of the day, you got to work on yourself and learn from the experience. So I do see the tremendous growth that you guys do from watching the videos and growing and learning from the breakup. So you're turning it into something positive. And I got an email today with somebody who is really worried that it's too far gone, and I know a lot of you guys are feeling the same way. So I thought it would be a good topic for you guys, because sometimes it really does seem too far gone. And you'll be surprised when they come around. So that's why I always tell you guys, when you feel like quitting, double your efforts. Because even if they don't come back, you have doubled your efforts in yourself. And look at the chances that you're going to have for making your next relationship amazing. Okay? So, let me get into this email today. He said, "Hey Craig, I am writing to you about a recent breakup about 3 weeks ago. I am in my mid-40s and I've been dating a woman who's in her mid-30s for over 2.5 years. I separated from my wife and started dating this other woman. I have 2 children, and they're older, they're in their teens, from my first marriage. I'm a college graduate and been in the field of education for the past 20 years. Both this girl and I have been living together for the past 2 years, and she ended up moving into my original home, which I moved back into 1 year later. Prior to that, I lived with her for 1 year. Both children live with me. A lot of the problems, now looking back, started when she initially moved into my original home with me. She never felt content or comfortable there, and felt to some degree that she spent far too much time alone, as I spent a lot of time with my children for their various activities because their mother was non-existent. Wow, so that's tough. So you have a woman that you're trying to date and have a relationship with when you got 2 kids full time because their mom's not involved. It's a delicate balance. It could be very difficult. And, you know, it sounds like she felt like you were kind of abandoning her. You left her alone. You weren't there for her. She was isolated while you were taking care of your kids. That can be a real struggle because I'm sure deep down she knows they got to come first at some level, right? Because they're kids and they need their father, especially because mom's not around. But that doesn't mean she doesn't have her own needs that are getting unmet. I felt guilt for my kids as they took the breakup of their mother and I extremely tough. This probably was part of the reason for being overprotective of my kids while losing sight of my girlfriend and her needs to some degree. Yeah, that can be a real struggle. And it's part of families that are, you know, a little bit complicated. You know, if you have kids from one marriage and somebody else has them from another relationship and you try and come together, it can be a real struggle to blend that and make it work. And, you know, you can't ignore your partner either. And I don't know if you were doing a nice job of trying to include your girlfriend into your kids' activities or, you know, doing family stuff together. But if your ex was feeling abandoned, feeling alone, she probably was just getting lonely and tired and sad, and she probably was thinking you just didn't really care about her. Eventually, my girlfriend had enough and decided to leave. For the past few weeks, I have been relentlessly trying to win her back. I recognize all the mistakes I made and promise things will be better. She does not doubt my love for her, but says a lot of damage is done for her, and she's not sure if things will ever change. Well, she's having some difficulty believing you, and how can you blame her? You probably made promises to her before and let her down, so now it's going to be difficult for her to open back up to you. I have such anxiety with her being gone, it feels like it's literally killing me. Oh, I know that feeling. It is the worst. She asked for her space, and I try, but fail miserably. Well, that is a mistake that you need to correct immediately. She's asking for space, and you're being selfish and self-absorbed by not giving it to her. And when you do this, you're going to push her away. This anxiety consumes me to the very core, and I act so irrational. I recently watched your video and see all the mistakes I am making. Well, I talk about this in a lot more than one video, so you better get started, because if you don't, you are at serious risk of pushing this woman away because of your selfish behavior and not getting control of your own anxiety. We both work in the same building, which makes it difficult as well. I text, email, call, go see her constantly. I am destroying my chances and need to stop, but you are right, it is extremely hard. Well, it is hard. And I know a lot of you guys out there find it very hard that every single day you look at your phone and you're just ready to pick it up and text them and reach out. But you can't do that. If somebody breaks up with you and they end the relationship, it has to be their idea to come back to you. If you don't show that kind of patience, then you reaching out is probably going to really turn them off or look, like, why are they reaching out to me? I told them I don't want to be with them. Don't they get it? You don't want to do that to yourself. And you have to have discipline or you're going to fail. And that is one of my favorite videos, is Have Discipline or Fail. If you guys have not seen that video, check that one out. You're going to love that video. Because I can tell you that the people that are successful in reattracting their ex have learned discipline and do learn discipline, and they follow the strategies that I talk to them when I'm coaching them. I know it's scary. I know what happens when they reach out and you get that text message or the indirect direct approach and you just go in this panic and meltdown. But you have to plan for that, and you have to say, how will I handle that when they reach out? And that is something that I will talk to you about in a Skype. And you guys have a million questions for me. We go over these things and we role play these things. And there's a lot of different ways to help you prepare for that. But you need to be prepared. Last night, she asked me to come to where she is staying. I did. We made love and I thought I was back. But then today, she told me her feelings have not changed and she is still not ready to come back right now. That killed me. Well, I could understand why it would kill you and it would be terrifying. But you have to stay strong. You cannot continue to have these meltdowns or you're going to ruin your chances. Because you have a good chance right now, believe it or not. This woman just invited you over. You guys hooked up. You had a great time. And now, if you lose it and you have a meltdown, she's going to be turned off by that. She said she knew I was suffering and felt sorry for me, yet she told me she still loves me and cares for me deeply. Well, a woman is not going to feel attracted to you if she's feeling sorry for you. She's going to feel pity for you, and that is not something that you want her to have. You want her to feel attracted to you. You don't want her to look at you like, oh man, look at this, he's pitiful. She's giving you a little bit of leeway because she must have a strong attraction for you, but I'm guessing your behavior is repeatedly turning her off. And you got to get a hold of yourself, and you got to stick to the plan. And if you don't, she's just going to look at you and be like, oh God, can you act like a man? Can you please act like a strong, confident guy? And she's not going to tell you that. She's just going to want to put you out of your misery. And it's going to make it a lot worse. So you need to stop reaching out. She told you she needs space. Let her have it. So if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, Skype coaching, and if you need to get a hold of me within 24 hours, I have the emergency coaching. If you like this video, put a like on there, and be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I do post videos Monday through Friday. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.